Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sigrid and I make videos about books because I love them. Today I'm going to be going over all of the books that I got from the Imaginarium Book Festival. I'm going to separate these based on what I got on day 1 and what I got on day 2. Without further ado, let's get started with day 1. Okay, so let's go over the things that I pre-ordered, meaning that I purchased them before I even went to the convention. The first thing that I got is the signing board. I think that this is a great way to save money if you're on a budget or if you're not a physical book reader and you still want to have something to sign. This was a really good thing. I did lose a letter in the signature board, but yeah, I was able to see everyone and get everyone's signature. Then I went to custom sprayed edges and I got 2 book series. The first one is Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Tooley, and this is how the edges look. I just think that they're so stunning, and I actually read the series in preparation of attending the convention and I fell in love. It was just so amazing. The second book series that I got from Custom Sprayed Edges was the Gods and Monsters series by Amber V. Nicole. The first book is the Book of Azrael, and this is how the edges look. And the final things that I got was from KRS McIntyre. The first book that I got from her was this one. This is her latest book, and it's called That Girl Who Ran Off and Kissed a Vampire. Has pink sprayed edges, and it came with a really pretty bookmark with like this little tassel on it. And I also got this book from her as well. This is her Eden series. It's the complete series in a bind up, and it has like these pretty sprayed edges, and she also included like some paper goodies as well and more paper goodies. So okay, so after that I went to the on-site Barnes & Noble store and I got 4 books. So the first one is Cuckstool Academy by Neil Nicole and Michaela Di Harnetto. I'm excited to read this one. I think it might be like a boarding school book. I picked up this book, but you will see that this is a duplicate. I end up buying it again on day 2. And this is book 1 in the Fire and Lies series. And it's called The Heirs Bargain, and it's by Nina Leskowski. I picked up Once Upon a Realm by KRS McIntyre and other authors. It's kind of like a set of short stories created by different authors of like remixed fairy tales. So I'm excited about this. Then I picked up Wild Blood by AJ Vrana. I got this because it kind of looked like it was like a horror book, and I was excited about it. So I don't know. It looks gory. And yeah, I don't know. And the final book that I got was A Mermaid's Kiss by Ashley Bellow. I kind of regret getting it there though, because when I got to her table to get it signed, she had a special edition there that was just stunning, but I didn't want to buy 2 copies of the same book. She did give me some art print, so it's really cool. Then I stopped by Annette LJ's table to get Silent Sounds. This is book 1 in a series, so I just wanted to see if it was something that I would like. And I also got some paper goodies here. And then I met Kish Knight. I'm super excited to read this one. This cover is just everything. It's so pretty. It looks so badass, but also pink at the same time, which is like me. And I got it signed and personalized. And then I saw that this author had $10 books at her booth. And I think it was because, I think she said that there was like a typo or something in the blurb here, but it has blue sprayed edges. And yeah, it is Semester Aboard by Elizabeth Kirk. And this is book 1 in the More Than Magic series. I also stopped by Casey L. Bond's table and I got the 7 Kingdoms series omnibus. It has pink sprayed edges. I just think that is really stunning. Yeah, and I got it signed and personalized. So before the convention, I actually tried to read as many authors as I could, and Jessica Cage was a returning author, and I had read book 1 in her series, and she just came out with the second one, and so I read the second one, and I loved it. It was a 5-star read for me. It was so funny, but romantic at the same time, and just really interesting. There's a lot of action in it. I was completely like absorbed into the book. So book 1 in this series is I Accidentally Summon a Demon Boyfriend. It is about a single woman who ends up like reading this spell out of a book, and it turns out that it summoned a demon, and yeah, the rest is history. But yeah, it has gold sprayed edges. It's so stunning. And then book 2, the one that I just recently read, is I Accidentally Hooked Up with a Vampire, and I would say this one is my favorite in the series. It also has gold sprayed edges. And I also got some She gave me some paper goodies and a ring pop in this cute bag. There were also a couple of tables that ended up running out of books, but they had the opportunity for you to purchase it there and get it shipped to you for free. And I did like that. So Jill too was one of those authors. She had a sprayed edge version of one of her books. And when she described it to me, I was completely sold. It is a sci-fi fantasy book, but it's called The Dividing Sky. And it looks really pretty. But when you see the edges, oh my goodness, stunning. So I'm excited to read that. Okay, and that is everything that I got on day 1. Let's move on to what I got on day 2. I ended up going back to the vendor section and I got this cute little cozy, and this is from, the creator is YGG Threads. They had a bunch of really pretty things there, but this color combination is just everything to me, and it's just to hold your drinks and stuff. It was, I think, $7. I did go back to Barnes & Noble to get a few books. One of them was this one. It's Evocation by S.T. Gibson. It has this really pretty sprayed edges. This is the Barnes & Noble edition of it. I've never read it, and when I got to the author's table, she did tell me that this is a standalone. It's not connected with A Dowry of Blood, which I have read from the author. I picked this up at the author's table, but it was in Barnes & Noble. But I will say a quick little tip is, like, go to the author's table first, because some of them will have deals and discounts, or they will just have their books at a price a little bit cheaper than Barnes & Noble. So if you're on a budget, or if you're looking to get like completed series, you might look out better getting it from the author themselves. I got this for, I believe, $6, and it was in Barnes & Noble for $9. Not a big difference, but every penny counts when you're at a festival because you can use it towards other books. So this is the Memory Extract by Judy Liu, and it's a cute little book. Speaking of deals on completed series, this author had a deal if you were to purchase the entire series, and so I ended up getting it. But as you can see, I had this earlier in the video, so this is a duplicate purchase, but the other ones I didn't have. So The Heir's Borgen is book 1. We have The Crown's Shadow, The King's Weapon, and The Throne's Undoing. It looks like it's going to be a really nice fantasy series. I also picked up Rebecca Sinclair's book, The Forgotten Goddess. And while I was there, she was telling me that she had a upcoming romance book coming out about, it's pretty much Elle Woods inspired Legally Blonde, if she was a serial killer. So of course I had to pick that up, and it actually just came. So let me take a little pause here and show you guys what I got. Okay, so we just got this in the mail. I've already taken a little sneak peek. So the book I am referring to is this one. It is book 2 in a series, so I did pick up book 1 as well. But this one is That Time I Accidentally Became a Serial Killer, and it's also by Rebecca Sinclair. Like I said, it is a Legally Blonde serial killer book, and so that got me. And the first book in the series is That Time I Accidentally Took Over the Mafia. So this is a funny mafia romance story, and it also came with some artwork. Okay, back to the Imaginarium haul. The next book I got was a special edition by Amber Bunch. This was a pricey book. Honestly, I wanted to get both, but I think it was 2 for $40, and I was just like, oof, that's a lot. So I just got this one. This is A Pursuit of Madness. I think it's book 1 in a series, but those edges, I just could not leave them behind. So beautiful, and I did get it signed. I stopped by Liz E. Cooper to get this series. I think the covers just look really pretty. It looks like something I would like, but it's the How to Fail series. So I got all of the books. This is How to Fail at Avoiding an Alpha Demon. We have How to Fail at Escaping an Alpha Orc. How to Fail at Annoying an Alpha Fae. So those look really fun. I picked this up from the Barnes & Noble store, which is really interesting because when I talked to Rebecca Sinclair, I was told that they were not allowed to sell romances there. So that was like, maybe it's something in their contracts with it. But these were just happened to be in the bookstore. So Nisha was not selling it, but I did want to pick this up. And so I'm happy that I was able to get a copy from their on-site Barnes & Noble. But it's not safe for work. I did get it signed. She was completely shocked that they had it there. So I do think that it is a rule that there's no romances. It's just fantasy. But yeah, not safe for work. And then I picked up these two books. They looked really interesting, and I do think that this person had a sale on their books, maybe. This is The Hood and His Thief by S.C. Grayson, and then we have Little Red Shadow. They look really interesting, really fun. I also picked up two books by Haley Whitley. I think this is a complete series. It's like a duology, and there was a discount if you were to purchase both. So this is Dawn and Dusk and Ink and Ore. I also went to L.M. Sanguinette's, and I do believe that she had a discount on her books as well. If you were to buy the 3 books in the series, I think you got it for, I want to say $30. I will check to make sure that all my numbers are correct. But we have book 1, Welcome to Visanti, Visanti in Ruin, and Visanti Rising. I also got this like little poetry book. It just looks really interesting. It's a short one, and it's poetry, and it's The Days I Dream of Coffee. Kel Carpenter had like this little bin by her table with $5 books, and it was just random, and it said that all of the proceeds went to charity. So I tried my best to pick up a full series. I think there are some books missing from the series, but we have Touched by Fire, Haunted by Shadows, Blood Be Damned, and Forged by Fury. All for $5 each, and it went to charity. So I did a good little deed. The main headliner at the festival was Tomi Adeyemi, one of my favorite fantasy authors of all times. And you guys know I did the reading vlog of Children of Blood and Bone. So she spoke there, and she also stayed behind to do some signings of certain books. I was able to bring some books, but I had these on my shelves and I forgot to bring them. So the following day, like after she left, I saw that she signed a few books and put it in the Barnes & Noble bookstore. So I went to this bookstore and I just got whatever I didn't have. So I picked up another copy of the sprayed paperbacks. We have Children of Blood and Bone. This is book 1. And then we have the Children of Virtue and Vengeance, book 2. Also, I saw this during her panel talk. They were just talking about it, and I did not know this existed before seeing her live, but I was like, I have to get my hands on that book, and I needed to be signed. And so I was able to get it the following day. So yay. Another little tip, if you're going to conventions, try to find authors that have scratch and dent copies of their books, especially like the sprayed special edition ones. This author had scratch and dents, and she would let people like look through them to pick the ones they would like, the ones that are like the least bruised. So I was able to get these. I think they were $25 each. The only little ding here is this like crease in the edge, but yeah, so we have A Cursed Kiss and A Cursed Heart. This is by Jenny Hickman. So that's a good little pickup. Another scratch and dent that I found was this Covet Me by Kel Carpenter and Aurelia James. This was also, I want to say either $20 or $25. I think this came from their Patreon, but I thought it was a really good deal. I don't even see any issues with this. Like, it's scratch and dent, but I don't see any damage. So yeah. And the final book that I got was from Nisha J. Tooley. She was selling these at her table. This is a sprayed copy of Cursed Captors Volume 1. Has these beautiful sprayed edges. Here's the end papers, other side. And this is the naked hardcover. And there's nothing on the reverse dust jacket. But yeah, that is all of the books that I got at this year's Imaginarium Book Festival. If you have not been, or if you're looking for it, they have just announced all of the authors for next year. If you are a fan of fantasy at all, I'm sure you are going to want to be there. They have Holly Black, they have Cassandra Clare, they have so many heavy hitters, but those two are like the top of my list. And so I have to go back. But tickets go on sale soon. I think they go on sale in August, I want to say, or July. I will double check the date and make sure that I am posting this video before they go on sale so that you guys can know. But I'm excited, you guys. Like, this is it. You definitely want to get tickets. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all about the Imaginarium Book Festival. But until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.